Have you ever been to a restaurant and they're like, and we make our own ketchup, and you're like, ugh, I don't need like strawberry ketchup. Just get the Heinz.
Yeah, that's
Just
right.
get the Heinz. It's what I want. It's delicious. I think we made.
That's
we
right.
made some like.
That's exactly right. Like, don't try to reinvent ketchup.
Yeah, just it's.
If you make your own ketchup, try to make it taste like Heinz.
That's right. Okay, here's the question.
Okay, what do you got?
What drew you to this film, which is called I Want You Back, which you are the star of, just in case you're like...
You are also the star of. It was the script. I mean, I'm sure you felt the same way.
Yes.
I'm a terrible reader, which I don't think you feel the same way. But
About you?
About reading.
Oh,
but
both I don't feel, but yes.
But I picked it up and I couldn't put it down. And I thought, okay, if this can hold my attention and I enjoyed it so much, so easily,
yeah.
I imagine it's gonna work for most of the audience. So that was it. How about for you?
Well, there was an actor named Charlie Day attached to the script already.
A big draw for you?
It was. And it was like, oh, wow, they want me to be in a movie with Charlie? Yeah, I would like to be in a movie.
It was meant
very
to be.
much. And it was also just like, oh, yeah, we can work so well together.
Didn't you have a feeling? I had a feeling of like, it's about time. Like,
Yeah.
why haven't we done something together yet?
Two peppy East Coasters.
It just felt right.
What the heck? Yeah,
It just felt right.
Yeah. And it is an excellent script.
Yeah, that too. What about this film is a fresh take on the traditional rom-com? Come on now.
Okay, sorry. Well, it's not a hard question to answer, actually. First of all, traditionally, it is very romantic.
Yeah.
It's a romantic movie in the same way that When Harry Met Sally is romantic, in that you're watching two people actually get to know each other like intimately and sharing a little bit of like suffering and heartbreak, and that's really sweet because there's like actually something to sort of live and breathe with. But the comedy, which is incredibly strong and really equal to the romance, is like comedy from now. It's the things that we all think are funny.
And I felt like it was really cool how they, Jason, he wasn't trying to reinvent the wheel. He wasn't saying, oh, I need to have a magic toaster that makes you switch bodies or whatever. But
Right.
it was just like, we can kind of, there's a long tradition of these movies that are excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And there are things that those movies do right. And we should sort of be beholden to them in a way that allows the movie to feel timeless. Because we have so much comedy background. Were you ever nervous during the dramatic scenes? Just being dramatic was enough? Do you feel a pressure to also be funny when you get to those dramatic scenes? Do you feel like you need to mix it up and add a joke in? Or are you very comfortable with the fact that it's simply dramatic and there's no sort of comedic end to those moments?
Charlie, I'm on the verge of tears all the time.
So it comes very naturally. It comes very easily to you.
I actually don't. It's like a good challenge. It's like a fun challenge, I think.
Do you have this where I sometimes have this where if you've been doing comedies or if specifically a movie that's supposed to be comedic, when you're doing something that is just very grounded and neutral, there's a fear that it will be boring.
That it'll be boring.
Right, but
Yeah.
this was a testament to Jason's.
The script was so good and the directing. I didn't fear that it would be boring, but also just to say, sometimes when I'm in therapy, I find myself trying to make a joke. And I realize that I'm doing that because
Therapists hate that.
I'm uncomfortable. And then if I do make the joke and then there's not a response, and I'm like, is this okay? And then now I need like another session to talk about.
Why do you find that funny, Jenny?
Right, totally.
And
So
where's this joke coming from?
yeah, right. And it's exactly that. I guess I'm like, there really are some times where you just need to let it be what it is. What was your favorite scene to shoot, and what was the hardest scene to shoot?
My favorite scenes were all the scenes that we had together. I was always really excited to work. I think, one of my favorite scenes was even though it's a sad scene, was the one where I come to the office and I have to tell you that we can't be friends anymore.
I love that scene.
And it was real, because I think that would be a terrible thing to tell you in real life, that I couldn't be friends with you. It'd be a horrible thing.
Yeah, that would be a bad day for both of us, I think.
The hardest stuff was stuff in my underwear, because I'm at the age now where I'm not excited to be on camera in my underwear. And not that I never was. And it was cold. It was night and cold.
There's not a lot of people that are like, I was super pumped for the underpants scene.
Manny was fine being in his underpants.
And we were all fine with it.
He works his ass off so
Yeah.
he can be in his underpants. Like, that's the whole thing.
He's a living, breathing statue.
He goes to set being like, why do I have to wear these clothes?
I know
It's a waste for everybody.
He's a beauty.
Yeah, I have the opposite thing. I'm like, more clothes, please. More layers. Can I get a wool hat with flappy ears and a face mask or anything?
I'm like, I'll wear the mask. What
about goggles?
Yeah.
Would my guy be wearing goggles? How about mittens?
What about just a porta potty? I stay inside. I sit on the
Potty?
toilet.
You want to be in a porta potty?
I want to be taking a full dump.
Can I be in a toilet? Okay, Jenny, what was your favorite scene to shoot, and then what was the most difficult for you?
I think my favorite scene to shoot, I loved our scene on the boat. When everything has kind of come together and is also falling apart. That, for me, as an actor, was like when I think about, like, as a kid, what I thought it feels like to do acting.
Oh, yeah.
And have a really good scene partner. There are those moments where you're like, man, this is exactly why I have always wanted to do this, and I'm doing it, and it's happening now. Like, that felt that way to me, and also it was fun to, like, wear a party dress. And I think the hardest scene, it was kind of hard filming in the car with Luke, who played Trevor.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like, I just like really want this to land well. And it felt like, when you work with like a young person, you also want them to be comfortable. I just like felt a lot of concern.
It's like pressure working with a kid.
Yeah.
Plus you get like 3 hours. They're like, you have 2 hours with this kid, and then this kid pumpkins. That's the term they use.
Yeah.
And then we have to get this kid to some sort of like school in a trailer.
Yeah.
And then they say, all right, the kid's back. And
They
then they're
keep going to school constantly.
Yeah. Constant school for these kids. Don't they know they're actors? They don't need school?
Yeah, don't they know they'll become what we are, and they'll be like, I don't know, there's a calculator on your phone, figure it out.
Yeah, that's what my accountant does.
Not giving anything away.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want Emma and Peter, our characters, to end up together?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, these people are perfect for each other.
They really are. It's so sweet.
Yeah, it was very sweet.
Charlie, you do a lot of different projects.
As do you.
Mm-hmm. Wearing a lot of hats.
Well, one hat at a time, but theoretically, yes. Sure.
Many hats. You write, you produce, you direct. You're an actor, a comedian. When choosing projects now, what is like the most important element? What are you looking for?
I'm looking just for a really great story. As a parent, and I'm sure you feel this way, oftentimes it can be difficult working because it might mean leaving your home and disrupting your child's life in that way. So I'm real picky now about what's gonna take me somewhere. But it really starts with a great story, a great castmate to be working with, and a great director, someone who can really carry a movie like Jason Orley did.
That's right.
And Jenny, what about you? Same kind of stuff, or are you looking? Is it about like what kind of craft service are we getting on this?
I want the script to be really violent.
How big's my trailer?
Yeah, I want a Mondo trailer.
How many dudes do I punch in this one?
That's right. I want to punch a lot of people in the face. I want like 5 toilets in my trailer. I never want to have to flush the toilet. I want everyone to see.
That's right.
I want heavy religious overtones.
Yeah.
I want problematic patriotic undertones.
Okay.
And I want to wear nothing but a couple wigs.
Sensible choice.
Director decides where to put them.
Butt wigs.
Yeah, I just want a wig on each butt cheek.
I flip it this way. How hairy is my butt?
Yeah, and just googly eyes everywhere else. And I want the movie to be called Googly Eyes. So if anyone out there is writing that,
Googly eyes.
Google.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Google's 1, 2, 3.
Jenny, growing up on the East Coast, did you picture Hollywood? Did you have fantasies about being in Hollywood and being like in a movie like this? And now that you have done it, do you have the sort of sensation of, wow, it's all happening for me. Things are what I wanted them to be?
Sure. Yeah. I feel like I'm living the dream plus some weird stuff that I didn't expect would be in the dream.
Yeah.
That make the dream better. But I weirdly I think I didn't know like what Hollywood looked like.
Yeah.
And when I imagined it, I imagined like singing in the rain.
Oh.
That was what I thought was like a glimpse into Hollywood, even though it was
doesn't rain a lot. Barely rains here.
Yeah, in the past.
Yeah.
And there's like a guy running up a wall. But in a way, yes, it is dreamy. And even just getting to be in this movie with you, I was like, Yeah, he's in a lot of really big movies. I'm gonna be this movie star. Okay.
I have a hard time stopping down and seeing the forest for the trees and realizing
Whoa.
and realizing that it's all happening. Right? I
Uh-huh.
like to say, well, this is it. You're getting this is the moment. You're in it. You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm so focused on what I'm doing and maybe what's next that I have to force myself to be like, hey buddy, take a look around. Like this is the stuff.
Oh man, I feel like it feels like being an actor. I had like heartbreak about it, like romantic heartbreak about not being able to do it for so long that like now that I can do it, yeah, it's like being in love. It's like, it's just like,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
you know, it feels really good.
You gotta appreciate it because it's hard to get in this situation and it doesn't,
Yeah.
you know, historically it doesn't always last that long. So
Right.
not for us though. We'll be fine.
No, I mean, I'm 23 years old.
Same, man.
We're 23. It's like,
Totally.
This is like
I mean,
the
I'm
start.
totally, you know, Blackberrying and Skyping all
Oh
the
my
time.
God. I
with
go on
everyone
my
else, yeah.
Napster. I listen to my
Oh,
tunes.
dude, I'm on
I
MySpace
groove
all
down.
day long.
Yeah.